G'day and welcome to Hazybones Barbecue. My name's Camo and today I'm going to show you how to make this spatchcock chicken on the Weber kettle. Now this is something I cook up most Sundays and this is my protein for the week. It's really easy, it's simple and it's very cheap and it is delicious. So follow me, I'll show you the steps and we'll get to cooking. Alright, what I've got here is a store-bought chicken. These things are really cheap at the moment. It was $4 a kilo. This thing weighs about 2 kilos, so plenty of bang for buck. But what I want to do is spatchcock or butterfly this chicken. There's two reasons why I want to do that. One is to create more surface area so I can put more rub. More rub is going to be more flavour. Secondly, I want this thing to cook nice and even. I don't want things to burn on the outside and be undercooked on the inside. Chicken, you've got to be very careful. Obviously, you don't want to undercook it. And you've got to be careful too, because you overcook it, it will dry out and not be very tasty. So I'll show you a little trick that I use to make sure I don't overcook these. But yeah, let's get into spatchcocking. So basically what you want to do is get a nice pair of kitchen scissors. Flip your bird over. And now every single bird, you want to get rid of the backbone. So basically, running down the sides here is the backbone. So get your scissors in here. You will have to cut through some bone. So I start on a bit of an angle. You can probably hear that crunching of the bone. I want to run it all the way through the top. Now just repeat the same on the other side. Cut that bit off there. Now you want to flip your bird over. And I just give it a bit of a press down. What you're going to try and do is make that nice and flat and nice and even. You can get your knife now and just run through. There's going to be a bit of excess skin. Some of this stuff will just burn up and you don't really need that. Then I'll do a little spin on these legs. Put them in that way. Now there's plenty of other ways to spatchcock a chicken. This is just the way I do it. So now we'll get to seasoning and I'll show you how I cover this in seasoning. So today I'm using Rufus Teague's chicken rub. I've never used this one before. I saw it at the barbecue shop the other day and thought that looks really good. I've given it a quick taste. It's got a very high citrus kick, which is going to go really well with chicken. So I am looking forward to giving this a try. So don't be shy with your rub as well. I think with chicken you can get plenty on there. Plenty of flavour. Now, that's probably enough on the underside. There's enough moisture on there so you don't need a binder. Everything will stick nice and easily. Make sure you get those little crevices. So what I'll do, I'll leave that for about half an hour. While I do that, I'll get my Weber set up. And one thing I didn't mention is the backbone. Once you take that off, it goes really well in soups or stocks. I've got a different way of using it. Up, up, up. Okay, you can stay down there. So we're going to cook this spatchcock chook in the indirect heat method. So the indirect method is you're going to have the bottom vent fully open. You're going to have charcoal baskets on either side. We're going to fill both sides with briquettes. I'm going to put a bit of foil down just to stop any dripping from the chicken. And then we're going to put the lid on fully open. So that's an indirect cooking method. So let's get that set up right now. A little bit of foil. There we go. Now we'll get the lid on. And we're going to wait till it gets to temp. I want it to get up to about 200 degrees, and then we'll chuck the chicken on and we'll start to cook. Cook should take roughly an hour, so we'll put a probe in and we'll get started. So let's wait till this gets to 200. Okay, so the weather's warmed up. We're well over the 200 degrees. It's nice and warm. So let's get this bird on. Just going to put it up to this end. So you can see size-wise, if you're doing a party, you could easily chuck another one on there. Now I'm going to chuck a temperature probe. I'm going to try and get it into the breast and try and get into the thickest, middlest part. So you want to make sure your chicken is cooked fully through to 75 degrees. I'm going to take them off a little bit beforehand, and hopefully the carryover heat will bring it up to 75, because I don't want my chicken to dry out. So let's put the lid on and we'll just keep an eye on the temperature. Okay, so we've just hit 65 degrees. Ooh, she is looking dark. Looking nice, but it's a bit charred. I'm going to say that the rub that I put on must have a pretty high sugar content. Still going to be delicious. I'm not too worried. What I've also done here is got some butter, and I've melted it. And we're just going to coat the whole thing in butter, because why not? Alright, we're at 66 degrees, so not long to go now, and we'll take it off. Okay, so we're going to cook this chicken to 75 degrees. It's now just hit 73, and what I'm going to do, I am going to take it off. And the reason I'm going to do this is, I want to avoid the carryover. So I don't want it to get any hotter. If I take it off at 75, it's probably going to go up somewhere to 78. Ooh, it's going to get stuck there. Oh, there we go. Bit of my skin falling off. That's not the best, but that's all right. We've still saved some. That's perfect. So I've got my other probe here. I just want to double check that where I'm at is not too far over. That's showing 74. That's about 71. So what I'll do, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to keep an eye on my probe. And see, this chicken will rise to up to 75. Alright, so the chicken is done. Have a look at that. Yes, it's a little bit darker than what I want, but I'm sure it's still going to taste absolutely amazing. So what I'll do, I'll show you how I will separate everything and split it up. So straight away, cleaver, right down the center. Split that up. Now what I do, I usually remove the legs. I mean, pretty much half that breast. There we go. So the temp did come up to 75 pretty quickly, so I'm glad I took it off when I did. Otherwise, if the hotter you go, the less juicy you're going to be, and you can see this. Plenty of juices are falling out of that. Alright, now we're all done. Now you can see how easy that is. You get a chicken, you get your scissors, cut it down the middle, put your seasoning on, chuck it in the Weber, about an hour, a little bit of butter just towards the end, and make sure you pull it off before it gets to temp. So before 75, pull it off at 73, 74, keep your probe in, and make sure it does get to that 75 degree temp to make sure you have killed all the bacteria. Once you've done that, you're laughing. If you keep it on to 75, you'll keep carrying over and you're going to get really dry chicken. As you can see here, this chicken, the whole board is covered in liquid. It's actually dripping. So I'm pretty happy how this has turned out. I'm going to give it a quick taste test now. It's absolutely unreal. That rub, however, the sugar content is probably a bit high. We've got a bit of dark stuff, a little bit of burning, but the citrus that comes through, the garlic, the onion, that's a really good rub. Maybe next time I'll go a little bit lighter on it, but yeah, I will still keep using that. That's really good. So thanks guys, thanks for joining along. Thanks, hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen today. If you have, please click the like button. Please click the subscribe button. I'm here just to show you guys how easy barbecue is. It's not that difficult. So if you can follow along, tell your mates about it, go out there, get your Weber out this weekend and cook yourself a chook. Cheers guys.